Hi, Becky. Okay, I just tried to give you a call and I couldn't get a hold of you, so I wanted to go ahead and just do this quick little video for you to kind of talk you through your persuasive paper and the edits and the feedback that I gave you to try to help clarify the structure of an academic paper. So I have your paper up here so you can see. These yellow highlights are a little comment over here on the left-hand side. If you click the box, you'll see my comment that I've left you. And here for your thesis, you've done a good job, quoting some research that kind of gets us started into your topic, which is great. And then I just tweaked the thesis a little bit because for a persuasive paper, you need to address at least one objection a reader might make to your argument. So you want to allude to that objection in your thesis before you go on to your point. So here I wrote, although some may argue that social media at work blank, and you can fill that in however you want to, helps people relieve stress, helps them communicate better, however, whatever argument you think someone might make about your argument, put it in the blank. Then you go on to state your opinion. Employers should ban or monitor. So although some may argue that social media at work helps relieve stress, employers should still ban or monitor social media websites at the work because it can cause you to get fired, it can harm employee relationships, and it can expose the computer to viruses and hackers. So these are all 3 points that you made in your paper. However, they were kind of fragmented in the paper, so I pulled out each one of those points, organized a paragraph around each point, and then I refined your thesis to reflect those 3 points. Now, this is called blueprinting. So you're laying the blueprint of the paper in your thesis. So whatever order you put those points in the thesis, that's the order in which you want to put the body paragraphs in the paper. So the first point that we have in the thesis is that it could cause you to get fired using social media. I want you to see how in the first body paragraph, I took all the different things you said about getting fired and I combined them all into one paragraph. So social media is the new wave of the 21st century, but in the workplace it can be a bad thing. 28% of employers report that they fired people for using the internet for non-work related activity. And then we go into the story you tell about Chris versus Apple where this person got fired. Okay, so you can see how all that is around the first point about getting fired. Then the second body paragraph is going to match the second point in the thesis, which is that it can harm employee relationships. Again, I went through the paper and I pulled out all the little sentences you had about harming employee relationships and I put them all together in one paragraph to match the second point. Then the third point you made in the paper was that it can cause viruses, it can expose the computers to viruses and hackers. Again, I put those sentences together in one paragraph to match the third point in the thesis. At this point in the paper, then, you want to address any objections the reader might have about your argument. So this is how you would do that. And I wrote a template out for you and you just fill in the blanks. It says, despite the risks to using social media in the workplace, some may argue that using social media at work can help, whatever you want to put in there. While this may be true to some extent, in the end, social media must be, again, you fill in the blanks. So you're acknowledging the argument, but then you're refuting it with your argument, okay? So you need to fill in those blanks for that paragraph to have your argument, your objections and refutation paragraph. And then you go into your conclusion and you copied and pasted the same research that you had in the introduction. In the conclusion, you don't want to just copy and paste it again. You want to allude to it in your own words. You want to make reference to it. You don't want to just copy and paste it again. And so I said here, looking at the statistics about how social media impacts the workforce, which is referencing back to the opening quotation, should give a glimpse of the effects, okay? So hopefully that's helpful for you as you go into your revisions. Please feel free to email me, let me know. I just tried to call you, wasn't able to get through. Unfortunately, I have a Canadian phone number because I live in Canada. It's international, so you probably won't be able to call me unless you have an international plan. But do email me. If you want me to give you a call back, let me know. All right, thanks, Becky. Hope you have a good day.